After finishing my 30-day pronunciation challenge, I realized something. Pronunciation is important, but sounding natural in English isn't only about pronunciation. So I'm starting a new 30-day challenge. Can I speak more naturally in English using shadowing practice? Hello everyone, my name is Ob. Welcome to my channel. Here I share my real journey of improving my English, building confidence, and navigate life and work in Canada as a non-native English speaker. So if you're on a similar journey, I hope you'll feel a little less alone here. This month, I'll practice a little every day and share my progress every week. For my shadowing practice, I chose the narration from Desperate Housewives. For week 1, I focused on something very simple, speaking slower. When I speak English, I often rush, not because I want to speak fast, but because I feel nervous and I want to finish my sentence before I lose my thoughts. To be honest, I'm also a fast speaker in my native language. But this week, I tried to slow down on purpose. Here's my week 1 progress.
My name is Mary Alice Young.
My name is Mary Alice Young.
When you read this morning's paper, you may come across an article about the unusual day I had last week.
When you read this morning's paper, you may come across an article about the unusual day I had last week.
Normally, there's never anything newsworthy about my life.
Normally, there's never anything newsworthy about my life.
But that all changed last Thursday. Of course, everything seemed quite normal at first.
Of course, everything seemed quite normal at first.
I made breakfast for my family.
I made breakfast for my family.
I performed my chores.
I performed my chores.
I completed my projects.
I completed my projects.
I ran my errands.
I ran my errands.
In truth, I spent the day as I spent every other day.
In truth, I spent the day as I spend every other day,
Quietly polishing the routine of my life until it gleamed with perfection.
quietly polishing the routine of my life until it gleamed with perfection.
That's why it was so astonishing when I decided to go to my hallway closet and retrieve a revolver that had never been used.
That's why it was so astonishing when I decided to go to my hallway closet and retrieve a revolver that had never been used. Did it sound a little more natural? Let me know what you think. One thing I noticed this week, speaking slower doesn't mean speaking badly. Actually, when I slow down, I have more control, I can breathe more, and I can hear myself more clearly. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week for week 2.